All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. I uh I feel the need to babble again. Right? This channel is very therapeutic for me because it gives me a chance to respond to pro dog propaganda. Okay. Sorry about that. Wrong screen. Wrong screen. Sorry about that. Hope y'all doing well on this fine Tuesday. I want to talk about an article that was shared on Twitter. Shout out to Ashar. I can't remember if Ashar tweeted it to me or if it was just posted, but I saw it and I retweeted it. So if you go to my Twitter, you'll see that I retweeted it. And it is this article that you're looking at right now. This article upset me. This was published yesterday. This article was published yesterday. And this is the author. And I'm having a hard time getting in touch with this author, with this writer. But I'm going to keep trying. Because look, I don't like the way they just put out false information. And they do it with as if they have authority. You know, as if they have some type of intellectual backing. To where whatever they say is taken as fact. They say it as if we're supposed to simply take whatever they say as fact. And I don't like that. I don't like that. As a student of information, I don't like that. So I'm going to call you out when you put out false information. Look, this is not bullying. If you did not put out false information, I wouldn't say nothing to you. But you have a responsibility to the general public to at least put out information that's based on fact, statistic, logic, and common sense. Now, I'm not going to read this whole Nutter article. It's quite lengthy. I'm going to just skim over the topics. Pitbull statistics, a true picture, is the name of this article. Again, shout out to Ashar for bringing this to my attention. I missed this article. And they're just going over the usual, talking about how pit bulls are misunderstood. They're so misunderstood, which is crazy because in this article, this guy, he's talking about pit bulls as if they're not misunderstood at all. Look at the stuff he lists here. Now, he just decided to share statistics about pit bulls. Now, and this is always a problem. When you want to project pit bulls in a positive light, stay away from statistics. Statistics are not on your side. I need the pit bull advocates to understand this. The smart pit bull advocates, they know this very well. They don't deal with statistics. And because this writer did, he basically painted pit bulls in a negative light, which is the light that the pit bulls create for themselves. These things are not misunderstood. Now, let me ask you, pit bull advocates, something. Exactly what is it that people misunderstand about pit bulls? Assuming that I'm a critic And I say that they are inherently more aggressive and more dangerous. What exactly am I misunderstanding? I'm going to need y'all to give a straightforward answer. I'm talking to you pit bull lovers and advocates. We're going to need a straight, clear answer for that question. Don't start speaking in parables. I don't want to hear a bunch of babble and rhetoric. Give a straightforward, clear answer. Exactly what is it that we misunderstand? Okay, we'll come back to that question. So this is what this guy lists. Fascinating pit bull facts. There's nothing fascinating about this. But look at what this guy wrote here. Look at the first thing he listed here. He said pit bulls are one of the best dogs with small children. Yeah, right there. Pit bulls are one of the best dogs with small children. The Staffordshire Bull Terrier and the American Pit Bull Terrier are two of the best dog breeds for families. Can't make this up. Isn't that arrogant? What are you basing that statement on? Can you at least provide a link to try to support that statement? No, he just figured, oh, just believe it because I said it with confidence. Pit bulls originally bred in the UK came to America with the British. American Pit Bull Terrier is not recognized as a breed by the American Kennel Club. Yeah, who cares? Anyways, number one, pit bulls only had 43.5% DNA makeup. That's meaningless, pointless. There are around 4.5 million pit bulls in the US. Approximately 1 million pit bulls are euthanized each year. Pit bulls are the most abused dogs in the world. Okay, many pit bull owners choose to breed for guard duties. Owners purposefully mistreat their pit bulls and starve them of affection in order to trigger their aggressive behavior. Okay, so obviously this person is saying that when you show pit bulls affection, they won't attack you. Okay? Say that this is what they say. You leave it chained up outside, it will become more and more aggressive. That's what they say. But virtually every pit bull attack that we hear about, it's not a backyard pit bull. They're house dogs. So we're just supposed to ignore that, right? And just believe you. Okay. This is how they talk, man. It's like, hey, what you've heard is a myth and let me give you the facts. No. They're not the most abused. People are quicker to defend themselves against pit bulls. Pit bulls attack more often than other breeds on average. And fittingly, that's why they get struck or shot or hit most often by people. The police force include them in that. That includes the police force all across the country. They shoot dogs more often than anybody else in society. Are pit bulls the most abused dog because cops shoot them more often than they shoot other dogs? No. Every time they shoot them, it's in self-defense. So it's virtually impossible to quantify or say whether pit bulls are abused more often than other dogs. That's something you just don't know. And you can't find it out. You can't live in everyone's home who owns a pit bull. Okay, so that's nonsense. This is what I'm saying. You pit bull advocates, you can't just make blanket statements, make statements that don't make sense. It's not supported by anything. That's not how debates work. That's not how arguments work. Okay? This is driving me crazy. Stop with these goofy statements. Pit bulls are most commonly used in dog fights. That is because they love to fight so much. Look at what he wrote. Pit bull type dogs are strong and will become aggressive when abused and riled up. They'll become aggressive when they're riled up? That's dangerous. See how some of this stuff that he wrote in here incriminates pit bulls. It makes them look real bad. Yeah, thanks for admitting that, buddy. All it takes is for it to get riled up, excited, and then look out for the attack. Yeah, according to some of these stories where people will sneeze or cough or just don't move at all and they're attacked. Yeah, they're most commonly used in dog fights is because that's what they were bred for. And fighting instincts were bred into them. And appeasement behavior instincts was bred out of them. They have a unique attack style that inflicts more damage. That's why they're used most often in dogfights. It's because they're more dangerous. Doesn't that make sense? What do you think? Just people out here choosing pit bulls for no reason at all? No. Oh, it's just because they're strong. No. No, on average, they're stronger in the way they use their strength. Unreal. And there's a lot of things that he lists here. That's what I say. I can't get into all of it. But just the outline of these, it's like, okay, 2019, 7.9% of pit bulls were advertised for sale. I don't know why even sharing that information. 51 pit bulls recovered from Michael Vick's kennels. I don't know about that either. Pit bulls spend 3 times longer in shelters. Okay, well, that's telling. That's telling. And they said due to a combination of factors. The factors being how dangerous they are. Many landlords prohibit pit bulls. There's a reason for that. You see what I'm saying? How the information that he shares in this makes pit bulls look bad. That's what I said. You can't deal with statistics if you're a pro pit bull person, pit bull advocate. Yeah, why do you think landlords prohibit pit bulls as pets? These people, they make these statements as if this is all done for no reason. Oh, like people just are malicious and just hate pit bulls for some weird personal reason. No, there's a reason a bunch of landlords won't allow pit bulls. And look at this. The reputation of the pit bull makes people wary of adopting them. Exactly. That makes sense. Many other dog breeds are mistakenly labeled as pit bulls simply because of their appearance. Okay, now this is a serious statement right here because this is a popular talking point among these pit bull advocates. And I've talked about this every time they mention it. I have to point this out. This is a very malicious, dishonest talking point, and it's infuriating. It's really offensive. Because like I said, virtually every single time they refer to a dog as a pit bull, it is, in fact, a bully breed. every single time it is in fact a bully breed. And you know full well that we don't care, and you know it doesn't matter whether or not it's a pure pit bull. It does not matter. You're the only ones who make those distinctions. We're talking about all bully breeds. All bully breeds. Okay, so this does not matter. See, you have to navigate through a bunch of lies and deceptive tactics, word salad. You shouldn't have to do that. When you're being truthful, you don't have to do that. People they're not going to question you. In general, people know the truth when they hear it. Pit bulls make up 32% of all dogs put up for adoption in shelters. Okay, that's telling. Only 6% of the population, the 32% put up for adoption, people can't handle them. That's what that means. 6% of all dogs in shelters are pit bull. Do y'all believe that? On this channel, we've looked at dozens of shelters. We've gone through page by page of dogs up for adoption. Do you believe that only 6% of the dogs you've ever seen at these shelters, do you believe it's only 6% pit bulls? Some of these shelters, it's almost all pit bulls. And when I say pit bulls, I mean bully breeds. Some of them, it's almost all bully breeds. Like, why would you write this? And if you're going to say something like this, you better provide some proof. A link or something. This guy does none of that. He's just babbling. So no, I've never seen a shelter where only 6% of the dogs are pit bulls. But we're supposed to just magically believe him and just ignore what we've actually seen with our own two eyes. That's the plan. That's their tactic. Just believe us. Just believe what we say. No. No. Now, people who don't research this, you might, trick them. You might convince them. They might accept this. But man, we spent years looking at these shelters. Years. Why would you even try to pull a lie like this? Maybe this person's not aware that this is a bold-faced lie. Where are you getting this from? Where are you getting this from? You can't just put out information like this. This is what I'm talking about. No, I have a problem with that. You writers, and this journalist writes full time. He makes a living writing exclusively. You better be honest with the public. When you communicate with the public, you have a bunch of responsibilities. I started this channel off, it was originally satire, and it was for adults. I used a lot of profanity. Then I saw these kids popping up, following my channel, and I had to cut that down because I knew I was talking about something important that kids should hear. So I try my best to make my videos kid friendly. See how that works? Responsibility to the public. Asking you to put out the truth, that's not asking for too much. Asking you not to lie, that's not asking for too much. 75% of the time, pit bull breeds are wrongly labeled at animal shelters. Who cares? They're always bully breeds, so stop it. See how rhetorical it is? And they just keep going over the same tired talking points over and over and over. People, this is enough to drive your blood pressure through the roof. This type of Twilight Zone-ish babble, it's just straight up babble. My head spins reading this stuff sometimes. Like, oh, here we go again, the same old thing. 64% increase in adoption after the removal of identification tags. Now, why would you say that? That's not a good thing. Yeah, once you stop telling people that they were pit bulls, more people started to adopt them. Yeah, shelters, they run dishonest, malicious games like that on the people. Thanks for pointing that out. Why are you removing the identification tag is the question. They're basically trying to force dangerous, deadly creatures into people's homes. Between 2000 and 2011, pit bull adoption rates decreased. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't know why he shares some of this information. It's like, okay, it's pointless information. But pit bull adoption rates has increased since 2011. Most definitely. Like, look at this one. How weird this is. From 1979 to 1998, 60% pit bull involved deaths in the U.S. Okay, why use this timeline between 79 and 98? And again, don't ever listen to the statistics when they say a certain percentage were pit bulls, because usually many of the other attacks were carried out by bully breeds that they just don't label as pit bulls. It's a weird game that they play. It never should have been. Pit bulls never should have been the public, or excuse me, the subject. It never should have been the subject. It should have been bully breeds. Because now they're trying to play this goofy game. Oh, it's not technically a pit bull, but you got the same dangerous bully breed. And sometimes when it's not a pure pit bull, it's still a bully breed, but it's bigger, it's taller. Okay, those Cane Corsos, those are bully breeds. And look at how large they are. They're big as a horse. So don't say that it's some of these dogs are not pure pit bulls as if that's supposed to mean that they're safer than pit bulls. Some of them even more dangerous. Honestly. Lord, this is what I'm talking about. Always got to navigate through the deception, through the lies. Pit bulls are ranked second on the list of biting dogs. Oh boy, we go again. Okay, so that's not a good thing. They said pit bulls were responsible for 22.5% dog bites. And look at this. Mixed breed dogs were next, being involved in 21.2. Okay, so that means add 21.2 to 22.5. All this mixed breed. Those dogs are always bully breeds. Always. Isn't this childish? It's like a childish game. You know? Oh, man. Pit bull bites were responsible for 26% of deaths between 81 and 92. See what I mean? Why would you mention that timeline? It's 2023. What are you talking about 1981 and 92 for? Can we get current dates? This article surfaced yesterday. So it's not like this is an old article. That is just weird to me. Pit bulls killed 36 Americans in 2018. Okay. Pit bulls reportedly killed 340. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. Why is he sharing this information? This article is supposed to support pit bulls. Look at what he writes at the bottom. Look at this. Pit bull attack statistics paint this gentle dog in a bad light. Huh? Listen, man, if statistics paint you in a bad light, then you're just in a bad light. That means you're just bad. Statistics are not, they don't have bias. They are what they are. How can a statistic have some type of agenda against you? What is that? You see what I'm talking about? These arguments that they've made is so childish and deceptive that it's infuriating. Pit bull attack statistics expose the fact that pit bulls are inherently more dangerous. Right? I'll fix that statement for you. However, he says, the statistics rarely tell the full story and are often misleadingly represented by the media. How? How? What's the full story that you're talking about? This is like rhetorical talk. There has to be a name for this that I can't match at the moment. It's like he's playing dumb. For centuries, humans have bred dogs for temperament rather than looks. Dogs serve a functional purpose. Pit bull gained a reputation for being an aggressive animal, not because of its nature, but because humans wanted to cultivate that persona for the breed. Listen to that. Not because of its nature, but because humans wanted to cultivate that persona for the breed. This article was published yesterday. What did he just say? What was that? Is that believable? Do y'all believe that pit bulls gained the reputation that they have because some evil humans just wanted to label that specific breed as evil and dangerous just for kicks, just for no reason, just randomly whipped up propaganda against the breed for no reason? Where do you even start with people who talk like this? Now, I challenge many of these behaviorists and veterinarians and whatnot, but look, if you're going to babble like this, I don't want to talk to you. Where you just sound insane, I'm not going to waste my time with people like that. You know, you got to show some respect to the discussion. You have to before I want to engage with you. I don't like to waste my time. What do you mean not because of? No, it's exactly because of its nature. That's why it has a bad reputation. People not out here forcing pit bulls to attack. Like, what are you even talking about, man? See, this is a pro pit bull article, but it's all over the place. This is horrible writing. Okay, so believe that if you want. People just wanted to cultivate a persona for the breed. Look at this. There's no denying that pit bulls bite from time to time, but other dogs do too. The plethora of pit bull myths will not go away unless more is done to protect this beautiful breed. Yeah, pit bulls bite from time to time, but other dogs do too. So I guess we're supposed to believe that the general public, they don't have anything against these other breeds that are actually biting more often than pit bulls. They're just deciding not to report the attack. I mean, what do you see when you make arguments like this? You have to make it make sense. There has to be a reason why people would do the things that you're accusing them of. Why would people just randomly want to paint one particular breed in a bad light? That's your argument. It's not mine. And I'm asking you, how can you make that argument? How does that even make sense? Where's your proof? Did you find an admission by some organization where they admitted we just wanted to demonize a certain breed just for the fun of it? No, these people just say stuff and expect to be believed. People, this happens a lot. And it seems like it's something in the water. This just brainless behavior, man. I don't know where this is coming from. Crazy stuff. Okay, where were we? Where'd I leave off? Pit bulls, lights in the States. See? 2/3 of dog bite related injuries in Philadelphia hospital involve pit bulls. Yeah, dude, yeah. And it's like, okay, why are you, if you're a pit bull lover, why are you sharing that information? Dude, a study in 2009 examined 5 years of dog bite incidents involving children and confirmed that almost 2/3 of dog bites came from pit bulls, 51%, and a further 9% came from Rottweilers, which are bully breeds. Add that on this. So that's 60%. And I'm sure there's some other mixed breeds in there that are actually bully breeds. Add those too. This information does not cast pit bulls in a positive light. And I have to assume that he didn't notice that. Like, what are you even thinking, man? I had to figure out if this guy was against pit bulls or supports them. Like, okay. Look at this. 25% of the U.S. think negatively about pit bulls. You notice how they always project this idea that it's everybody else's fault. If you acknowledge that pit bulls attack more often and leave people with worse injuries, if you acknowledge that, if you just point it out, they try to project it as if you're some type of wicked person trying to con everyone else, and it's your fault for making the dog look bad, which you only did by pointing out the statistics. Oh, you're an evil person with an agenda because you called out its true behavior. So they want you to just look the other way. If it's a bully breed, don't share that information. Don't show any images of the dog. That's what they're asking us. That's what they want. And that is straight out the Twilight Zone. And how did you find this out? Like, what? Research? Okay, listen. I can almost tell you it's more than 25%. People are not stupid. You're not stupid. Y'all know these things are dangerous. Pit bulls ranked lowest in all categories. Okay, pit bulls actually involved in few. Look at this. Pit bulls involved in fewer human attacks than other breeds. No, we're not. We do not have a misunderstanding about that. No, we don't. No, we don't. We've looked at dog attack statistics from each individual year several times. Any of you can. And we can see what percentage were pit bulls, were bully breeds. We can see it. And we can go to each story individually. When a story comes out about somebody who survived a gruesome dog attack and are now mangled and maimed and in very bad shape, almost every time it involved a bully breed. Almost every single time. Just look up the stories yourself. So we're supposed to ignore that. We're supposed to ignore that and listen to you trying to tell us that pit bulls were involved in fewer attacks than other breeds. You cannot make this up. Like I said, this is drug addict talk. This sounds like a person on drugs, high, as you wrote this. Now, look, I know drugs help some people. Helps them to relax. They can't speak. They can't move. Some of them, they can't work unless they have a fix. Okay, but this is stronger than a drug addiction. Well, this is laid on thick. Okay. Some would argue introduction briefs is responsible for the drop in the number of pit bull attacks. Okay, what? This is in the category of pit bulls involved in fewer human attacks than other breeds. Then you say some will argue that the introduction of breed-specific laws is responsible for the drop in the number of pit bull attacks on humans. Truth is that since '98, no nationwide system has been used to track dog breed-specific bite. Shut up. What are you talking about? Yeah, we do have a system. You just research the stories, the reports. Like, what are you even talking about, dude? You sitting here trying to tell me that we don't have any way to find out the details of dog attacks? I cannot with people like this. This is a horrible article. Even for a pro-dog person, this is horrible. Okay? Just nothing, just babble right here. Just a waste of breath. No nationwide. We are a nationwide system. Us right here on this channel. How about that? You got other platforms where they congregate every day. People interact with each other every day on Dog Free. Every single day and all day. You talking about? We are the nationwide system. And we track breed-specific bite incidents. And pit bulls, bully breeds, lead the pack by far. The condition which they leave people in, it can't be matched or duplicated by these other breeds. And definitely not a flipping poodle or whatnot that y'all always mention. Oh, a dachshund bites more often. What in the world? Again, and I pointed this out years ago. They want you to believe that being bitten by a pit bull is no different from being bitten by a poodle. That's why they keep bringing up that talking point. Other dogs bite too. That's a very childish and ignorant argument to make. And it's flat out offensive. And it's not respected. I'm not going to respect none of you behaviors. You come out babbling like this. You better use facts, statistics, expert opinion. I don't want to hear from no dog lovers. Boy, look, I'm sorry, but I can't respect people who ask me to view an attack from a pit bull no different than I view an attack from a poodle. I can't respect you. Just don't make asinine, brainless statements like that. And I'll respect what you have to say. But your intelligence is going to get measured by anybody who interacts with you. You're either on their level, above them, or beneath them. And if you just can't think, because there's something, listen, what did Judge Judy say? People who love these things are crazy. I'll leave it at that. Here he's sharing some more information about their temperament tests. They love pointing at it. What difference does this test make when pit bulls lead statistics the way that they do? The statistics prove that these tests are faulty. How can they be one of the best behaved dogs if they lead the worst statistics, the worst categories, which is fatalities and mutilations, where a person need reconstructive surgery? What are you talking about? So again, see, why mention this? Y'all got to come better than that, man. Like, we've moved beyond your rhetoric. Now you all have to catch up. Look at this. Pit bulls are not a great threat to humans. Pit bulls are not a great threat. Okay, so what is a great threat to humans if pit bulls are not? What else out there can match the numbers that pit bulls, that bully breeds produce? So some of this, you don't even have to read some of this. Just flat out airheaded babble. 3 attacks involving pit bulls covered by no more than one local paper. Wait a minute, what? There's no denying that pit bull attacks happen. It is also a fact that all dogs bite. Unfortunately, pit bull statistics are often overrepresented in the media. Oh, man. Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. And that is because pit bulls are inherently more aggressive and dangerous. That's why they lead the pack in statistics, buddy. Like, what point were you trying to make? You share this information right here. You make this statement. Okay, what point are you trying to make by pointing this out? In August of 2007, there were 4 dog bite incidents in 4 days. 1 involved a pit bull. The others were other breeds. 3 attacks not involving pit bull were covered by more than one local paper. Pit bull bite was covered by 230 different national and international news agencies in some form. Now, this is very deceptive right here. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I just don't have any respect for these people. This type of deception is pure evil. It's demonic. Okay? Now you see what he wrote, what he said. He said there were 4 dog bite incidents in 4 days in 2007. 1 involved a pit bull. The others were other breeds. The ones that were not pit bulls were covered by no more than one local paper. The pit bull bite was covered by 230 different national and international. Why? You see how he conveniently leaves out the extent of the injuries. And he just says, oh, they were both bit. They were all bitten. The other 3 were other breeds. Why didn't you share a link to all of these stories? Maybe it's because when we look at the person attacked by the pit bull, their face is missing. Their face no longer looks like a human face. And that could very well be the case, looking at how he worded this. Just the way he formatted this lets me know this is a lie, nothing but deception. And most likely that person attacked by that pit bull suffered far more damage. And as always, they try to project that as meaningless. They want to tell us that we should look at an attack by a pit bull no different from an attack by a poodle. Yeah, I can't respect people like that. I'm sorry. You're being disrespectful. It's like, in order to engage people, you have to show them a level of respect. You have to respect their intelligence. This is disrespectful. Man. And what is this? Is a pit bull a good family dog? Yes. Pit bulls are great family dogs. When treated correctly and provided with proper training, pit bulls are loving and highly loyal dogs. When treated correctly and provided with proper training. Yeah, I can't with these people. I would not engage or have unless the pit bull advocate had a massive platform and I had a chance to lay into some big time pit bull advocate. Aside from that, I could not engage with a pit bull advocate talking like this, being this disrespectful. Just says, yes, they're great family dogs. Ignore all of these attacks. Ignore them all. And just say, yeah, I agree. Great family dogs, like a zombie or something. When treated correctly and provided with proper training, they can be loving family dogs. Okay. How did you prove that the owners of pit bulls that attack people, how did you prove that they were all mistreating those pit bulls? Now, I'm asking based on experience. I research every dog attack I can find, and I keep up with the attacks on a daily basis. So I'm not asking, and it's not sarcasm. I'm asking as a fellow researcher, somebody who just keeps up with the news. How did you prove that? How did you even find that out? That every pit bull that attacked someone was mistreated and was not properly trained. How did you find that out? I've shared stories of attacks of dogs that passed high-level tests from the American Kennel Club. Some of the most well-respected tests and organizations trained dogs that went on to attack someone. We've heard the owners of pit bulls say, we've never been aggressive. We raised it with love. And really, almost every attack is that way. It's never shown aggression. We raised it with love and love only. And it's well trained. This is what I'm talking about. A lot of these people, these dog owners, they pay to have their dog trained. Many of these dogs have been to these classes. That German Shepherd owned by that lady had attended a class. She sent it through some goofy class. So what are you talking about? That's far-fetched. For you to even assume something like that is ridiculous. Dude, the burden you put on yourself making statements like that, good luck proving that. Good luck proving something like this. No, pit nutters. I'm fed up with these goofy arguments. I'm going to stop allowing y'all to make me feel like I'm in a twilight zone. People who are just brainless, just don't talk. Let the grown-ups talk. You just be quiet. Because this is gone far enough. It's gone too far. Pit bulls are loving companions. And while the concept never existed, they were often considered, again, a truly honest, genuine person wouldn't make a statement like, even if it was a pit bull lover, they wouldn't make a statement like this. They would say, no, pit bulls are dangerous. I own one, but I'm a single person. Kids are not allowed in my home. Quite often, pit bulls will attack children on sight. They will often view kids the same way they view small animals. So, very dangerous. But no, in their mind, in order to be a pit bull lover, they have to make the most ridiculous and outlandish statements. Pit bulls are loving companions. Out of here, man. Look at this. Are pit bulls aggressive dogs? Look what he wrote. No, pit bulls are not naturally aggressive dogs. He said they are not naturally aggressive dogs. People have shown videos where these things come out the womb fighting, biting, attacking. All dogs. It's a natural instinct. Aggression is a natural. They literally communicate with each other through aggression. And this is according to their own behaviors. Notice how so many of these pit bull advocates, they feel like they're entitled to deviate away from what their own behaviorists have said. It's this crazy sense of entitlement where these people feel like they're God. And you need to just believe what they tell you. Very bizarre. Pit bulls are not naturally aggressive dogs. Every single time pit bulls attack, they attack with more aggression. How do you explain that? How do you explain people who call the police and report a dog attack? How do you explain that by the time the cop shows up, the attack is still underway? Where these dogs, these bully breeds, they will attack several times longer than other breeds. And the injuries are far more gruesome because it attacked with more aggression. And this is breed-specific aggression. So how do you explain that? You sit here and say that they're not naturally aggressive, and that instead, on the contrary, they are very gentle and loving? All right, did he just leave it at that? What in the world? Look, in fact, the Veterinary Medical Association is keen to remind people that small breeds are more likely to be aggressive. Once again. And then he goes over a list. Beagles, Jack Russells, Dachshunds, all considered more naturally aggressive than pit bulls. However, because other dogs do not inflict as much damage when they bite, they are excluded from the dangerous dog breed list. Okay, are you saying that it shouldn't be this way? This is what I'm saying. I cannot respect people like this. When you know the answer is obvious and they want to lie and be a little weasel coward and ignore the truth, refuse to tell the truth. If I bring a Jack Russell or Dachshund into a room in a cage, and I have you in the room, and in the other cage, I got a massive pit bull, I tell you that you have to open one of these and stay in the room with this mutt for 24 hours. Which one of you are going to stay with the pit bull? Now, you can be a bona fide nutter. I know some of you will probably say, I do it. I do it. I know some of you will probably say, but even if you are one of those people who would open the cage of the pit bull, you're still fully aware that if that thing launches an attack on you, you're going to be in serious trouble and you're most likely going to be killed. And if that were to happen, as you're being mutilated, it would dawn on you how stupid you were to open the cage of the pit bull. So that'd be the worst way for you to die. As you're feeling pain, you start to feel regret, shame, and embarrassment, because you have to now reflect on your stupidity. Being intelligent is largely about using your past to see into the future and to shape how you navigate in the future. And they just allow all of the information, the reports of these attacks to just be in vain. Like, we're just not supposed to shape our future based on the information we're getting from these things right now. That's so asinine. That's backwards. That's counterproductive. A manager who is discovered to run a business like this will get fired. Now you know that this is just more propaganda. Does a pit bull have locking jaws? I won't even go over that. This is ridiculous. Again, this just published yesterday. So this guy is smart, seeing that it's like impossible to contact him. I might just leave a comment. What is this? I think this is a blog. This is one of the worst, even as a dog lover. Dog lovers, this is horrible. Horrible. This is embarrassing stuff. It's embarrassing, man. You can't have people out here. Now, let's listen to this genius. This is a pit bull lover. And he has this video, top 5 reasons pit bulls are misunderstood. Okay?
Where I do dog educational videos. Today's topic is going to be 5 reasons why pit bulls are misunderstood. So by misunderstood, for all you people out there that don't know what that means 5 reasons why pit bulls are, not understood as good dogs, or why misinterpreted as an aggressive breed. But first of all, I'd like to...
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Brace yourself. I'm blown away over here. All right, buddy.
tell you guys about the dog's day. It's been raining like crazy out. You know, it just finally cleared out, you see? But it still looks pretty bad. You know, it's still wet out here. Which is why they're inside here, because they don't like the rain at all. Look at her. She's
Okay, I'm going to spare all of you. I'm going to spare all of you. He basically goes over the same nonsense. This is hard to listen to.
News stories and proliferation. 93% of pit bulls are dying, and which is sad. You know, poor Yogi. You know, if I hadn't had gotten him, who knows? They could have brought serves because of owners. You know, not being responsible enough, and so want to get rid of them really fast.
Man, this is horrible. This is horrible. I can't even listen to this. This guy sounds horrible. Trust me, the things that he lists, it's not even worth listening to. It's far worse than this article. Just talking about the same stuff, the lock and jaw, the same nonsense, the same old tired, pointless babble. It's craziest stuff. Have y'all heard about this woman who threw dog excrement on this other woman's, I think, her car? Yeah, at her vehicle. I guess it went viral on TikTok. Let me see if I can find it. That's kind of crazy. We got videos. Oh boy. Oh boy, let's check this out. Okay, no. You have to go. But yeah, look, I don't want to see it. But with us, we know how toxic dog excrement is. It's so toxic. Nothing is more toxic than dog excrement and urine and saliva. Look at how their saliva leaves us looking. Look at the condition that they leave us in, where your limbs need amputated, your limbs turning black. That's just saliva. No, what do you think the excrement and urine is doing? Here you got the urine is like fire. Burn and kill plant life on contact. Everything toxic. Everything that comes from dogs is toxic. The bodily fluids, the secretions, saliva, excrement, urine, the literal scent from its skin. These things stink all over. The sound that comes from them is horrible. Even no matter if it's just barking or their nails hitting against the floor as they walk, everything is hideous and unpleasant. Walking around, fanning odor that's coming out of its anus non-stop. Just the disgusting behavior in general. And I'm sure there's more unpleasant chemicals going into the air on top of the dander. Haven't even talked about the dander that goes airborne, is full of urine, excrement, and saliva. These things are an embarrassment to our existence. And it's shameful. And we degrade ourselves with this type of behavior, this lifestyle. It's degrading. These mutants are so abnormal and dysfunctional that it makes me upset that other people don't see it as well. It upsets me sometimes, and I got to cheer myself up. You know, take a break from thinking about it. Very important. And I get frustrated when I point out so many signs and provide so many points to support my argument. And it's like it just has no effect on some of these people, no matter how plain you make the truth. They have their minds made up. Over the past few days, these stories surfaced. And I've told people time and time again, I could just focus on these attacks and I'd have plenty of content for an entire channel. Just dog attacks on livestock. This was published yesterday. And I keep trying to tell people, this is extremely abnormal. It's so abnormal, it begs for people to recognize it. It pains nature, Mother Nature itself. It pains Mother Nature itself that people don't see how abnormal dogs are. This happens nonstop. This surfaced a few hours ago. Almost 50 sheep killed in dog attack, where these things go through and just kill just to kill. Kill just to kill. 50 sheep. Now, where was that? Is it Tipperary? Okay. Is it Colorado? And here they say 80 sheep. This surfaced a few hours ago. Now this is the same one. Tipperary farm family. They say 80 sheep. This one says 50. Maybe it increased. Now, warning, these are dead sheep. But you notice how the dogs just go through and attack. Is this an insurance type thing? I mean, do these people get the livestock insured and they want to cash out and go through and kill their own livestock? Would that even be beneficial? It's hard for me to believe that these people are fabricating it. Now, maybe they are. I don't know. But there's no way you could say all these cases are fabricated. There are too many of them. But these dogs, they're not hungry. Well, they're always hungry. But they didn't kill these animals to eat them. Other predators, they make one kill, take it away and eat. They kill for a purpose. Killing is not just something that predators do for fun, for kicks. Kill just to kill. The only creatures that do that is dogs. And this is extremely abnormal. Man, now there was something else. What in the world is this? This surfaced a few hours ago too. Dog went through and killed a bunch of penguin. We just heard about a story about penguin. Wasn't it penguins? Like a week or two ago? These things go through and just kill animals back to back to back. That's extremely abnormal. And I don't understand how anybody who claims to be an animal lover would be in love with such a vicious killing machine of animals as dogs are, especially with bully breeds. Bully breeds attack other natural animals far more often than other breeds of dog, just like they do with people. And these things kill just to kill, just for fun. And I look at that level of abnormal behavior as justification to outright hate these things, hate the support of them, the existence of them. It's hard to feel like I'm a member of an intelligent species when my members have lifestyles like this, support something like this. And like I always point out, based on our laws, I mean, if you don't have respect for nothing else, do you at least have respect for the laws? These things violate our laws. So something has to give. They're going to change the law. Are you going to change the law? Are you going to get rid of them? Are you going to force dogs to? Are you going to apply the law to dogs and dog ownership the way you apply it to everything else? Real simple question. If they produce the injuries and the deaths, that's all that matters. All the Scooby-Doo narratives is irrelevant. Do they produce injuries? What are the statistics? You base it on that, and dogs will, at least bully breeds, would be banned, at the very least. And that really, the support of pit bulls in this country in general really tells you how much our ruling class does not care about the everyday citizen. They don't care about our safety. All this talk about public safety, like, oh, people are just so concerned. No. This is a very crazy, sick, sanctioned form of blood sacrifice where the mutilations and the deaths, we know that they're going to happen. It's not going to stop. They're going to be daily attacks and visits, thousands of visits every single day in this country to the emergency room. This is going to keep happening. It doesn't even let up. These people, they can't even say that they've gone a full day without anybody going to the ER. No, there's like a couple thousand every single day in the ER here in the United States. Dogs have more than proven how much of a safety hazard they are. They are the most consistently dangerous entity we've ever seen ever. All these toys that have been banned and whatnot, those toys, people will go long periods of time where they're not getting injured. Days sometimes. You don't go a day here in the United States without people going to the emergency room. So this is madness. This is madness. But we're about to bring you to the light. We can bring you to the water, can't make you drink. What's that saying? Please drink. That's all I'm saying. Y'all got to snap out of this. This is just a little too crazy. Shout out to everybody able to join me. Whoa. Been over an hour already. Man, time fly during these live streams. It's so crazy. Yeah, shout out to everybody. Ashar, big shout out to Ashar, sharing good information. Yusuf Mambo, everybody on Twitter. I appreciate all of the information. And it might take me a while, but I will get around to most of the things that's circulating out here. It's that during the work week, it's a little more difficult. There you go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Thank you very much, Granny. All right. We got Yeah, shout out new faces in here, new names. Okram, King Babe. All right. Everybody in the house. My man Dion in the building. Digimon, Marquise Davis in the building. Sam Marshall. Mutants Out in the building. Listen to that name. Mutants Out. Mr. Payne in the building. Big shout out to everybody and anybody I may have forgotten. And I hope to see y'all back here on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.